there was some happenings in Georgia. This is according to Forbes. It says a recount trims Biden's lead in Georgia by over 1,000 votes. And if I'm not mistaken, this is actually out of date. I think it's like 2,500 votes now. Now it says that a hand recount of Georgia's presidential race turned up more than 5,000 previously unreported votes this week, narrowing the president-elect Joe Biden's lead in the state to just under 13,000 votes, though officials have not identified any major problems that could overturn President Trump's apparent loss in Georgia. That's what they said. Now, I want to just read. That's all we need to see from that for now. I want to reread some of those key points because they're real casual about this. 5,000 votes turned up. Biden's lead for Trump right now is just under 13,000. And that's after that, about at least 1,000. Like I said, I think this is updated since then. This has been updated. But at least 1,000 votes went to Trump. At least. And this is only, by the way, the hand counted votes. Not necessarily, and I don't know how they're recounting them, to be honest with you. But this isn't even necessarily the machines. I know they didn't do all of those damn machines. Let's be honest. Only 13,000 votes are separating them right now in Georgia. So we had a situation in Michigan, because it's funny how this keeps because of human error. It's almost as if humans, when dealing with massive amounts of literally anything, have a tendency to be erroneous, especially when that erroneous tendency, is incentivized by political or partisan agendas. If you got a couple thousand votes found here, with only a couple thousand or a few thousand votes deciding the outcome, another few thousand votes switched here, another few thousand votes switched here, another few thousand votes, because that's what we keep seeing, right? Everybody keeps saying, I don't understand. Why do we need to do a recount? Why should we even be entertaining the idea of a recount if there's zero proof anywhere that that's what we need to do? Except for, that's not true, instances in Michigan, Arizona, Georgia, just off the top of my head, Wisconsin, where there are clear irregularities, even if you were going to attribute them to incompetence and human error, even if that's what you're doing, it doesn't matter. Having thousands and thousands and thousands of votes turn up, missing, flipped, people erased from the voter rolls, those are all reasons to say, well, hold on, we need to chill. We need to figure out what's going on. If thousands of votes can be missing here, couldn't thousands of votes be missing there and there and there and there and there? And in order to maintain faith in this shit show we call it democracy, wouldn't it behoove us to say, well, let's make sure everything is on the up and up, just so people feel confident that democracy was upheld? Because that, in my opinion, if you do that, you disempower Trump. Like, you disarm him. If that's your biggest fear, like, oh man, he's getting too rambunctious, just give him what he wants and just do a recount. Do a nonpartisan, independent recount and a nonpartisan, independent audit of your voting machines. It's not difficult. It's not difficult, bro. Shout out to Steve. I see you out there in the chat, bro. But in my opinion, and I would love to know what yours is about this, I think that many votes, like when thousands of votes are not just once, not twice, but like in multiple states, in multiple counties, in multiple scenarios, due to multiple different human errors, bro, these human errors are adding up. You don't even have to claim nefarious intention. Like, let's just say we take that out. Do we not correct mistakes, even if it's a mistake by a human? Like, if I'm doing a math test for school, like, do I go back? I see one mistake, and I'm like, I don't need to check the rest of my work. For what? It's only one mistake. It's a human mistake, though. If it's a human mistake, then there's no chance I can make another one. Like, what? It's just further proof that if somebody is telling you there is no proof that we should be, once again, bare minimum, doing independent audits and recounts, they're full of it. They're full of it. They're not trying to uphold democracy. They're playing partisan games. They consider it part of their partisan strategy to shut out democracy here. And you know what? For strategic purposes, if that's really your logic, then go ahead, by all means. But don't pretend it's about democracy. Don't pretend it's about people. Don't pretend like it's not even about the benefit of the Democratic Party. This is about Trump. And that's it. It's about Trump being a cage rattler. You know, for all of his bad qualities, you can't take that away from him. The dude just be doing random stuff, like just random shit. The randomness is the problem. It's not the bad things that he's done. It's the somewhat decent things and the randomness of it all. Like, they don't care that he bombed Syria. They don't care he's helped out Saudi Arabia when they're genocide with Yemen. They don't care he's a Zionist and is basically Netanyahu's butt cushion. Like, they don't care about any of that stuff. They care when he was trying to broker peace with North Korea, though, and the randomness of it after he was basically threatening World War III. And out of nowhere, he's like, yeah, we're good. We're all good now. They're like, hold up, why? The randomness of firing officials at the Pentagon because they won't withdraw troops. The randomness of firing Esper. Like, they don't like that type of unchecked randomness. That is why they want him out. And he makes them uncomfortable. Like, I don't really care about people's comfort or lack thereof when it comes to politics. I would prefer the discomfort, to be honest with you, because when people are comfortable, that's when people get killed in silence.